A&O Committee on January 26th at 2:30 p.m. Item number 1, Veterans Services Director submits amendment to the 2020 grant agreement with Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. Is there anybody from the Veterans Board?
Jim, I told Ross he didn't need to be on because he had a client that was running a little late with the weather. So I think we answered most of the questions earlier.
Okay.
And as well as I was in on that meeting too, and I don't have any, my question got answered, so I don't have any issues with 9-1-21, so move to approve.
Right, it's a carryover of what, some $40,000 off the top of my head from last year to this year. Is that correct? 54,000. Is that it?
42,000.
Okay.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Who supported it?
Scott.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any additional? There being none? All those in favor by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
We got 3 ayes. Item 2, Health Director submits agreement with Hearst Media Services for advertising services regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. I know who Hearst is, but I don't know. They're throwing a lot of money around here. Anybody have any?
I'm happy to answer questions on that if anybody has any.
Yes, I would have all kinds of answers on it. What are they spending the advertising money on?
Well, it's going to be targeted campaigns related to COVID, Jim. So whether it's social media or newspaper print or their websites, a lot of it all revolves around a very structured and intentional campaign for COVID awareness and vaccine awareness. And this is all grant funded through the CARES Act.
So Hearst is doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Is that correct?
No,
we're paying them $34,000.
We're paying them almost $35,000. We're basically buying advertising.
Yeah.
Okay. We are the County of Midland.
Yes.
Jim, you've run for office before. You know how expensive advertising is in the Midland Daily News.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They distribute through my plant.
Oh, okay. Well, advertising's expensive.
Okay.
Plus, I think, are bound to do it. We have to do it, do we not, Bridget? We have to advertise.
Well, I mean, even without this funding, the public health department has an obligation to make the public aware of what's happening with our COVID response and our vaccinations, and even things like, the testing for COVID-19. So really, this is helping us supplement and even broaden the reach that we have.
Is this something that all the counties in Michigan are doing, or are we unique to this?
We're not unique to this, Jim. My guess is most counties had funding made available through the CARES Act for this. Whether or not they took advantage of it is entirely, their own choice on how they approach it. But for something that we should be doing anyway, we certainly we're not going to turn down funding.
Right.
And they actually extended the deadline to spend this money. We were supposed to have spent this money before the end of the year if we were going to use it, or we had to send it back, and they expanded the deadline of the grant funding. So it's really benefiting us in that manner, especially with all the vaccines and the clinics ramping up. It gives us even more avenues to try and communicate with folks. So
very cool.
I have no questions.
Who has no questions?
Scott.
Scott, I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve 10-1-21 with regards to advertising with Hearst.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further remarks? There being none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. 3 ayes again. Item number 3. IT GIS Director requests approval to appoint Jeremy Rosenbrook, Tim Lapham, and Roger Mahoney to the Midland County Peer Review Committee. Are these the same people that were on it last year, Chris?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And there's no limitation on how long they can be a member of the.
Yeah, the way we've designed the remonumentation process or the whole project is that we contract with 3 surveyors to do the survey work where they go out in the field and find the corners and do all the work. We've written it into there that they, by nature of that contract, need to serve on the peer review group. And that allows us to not have to pay them a per diem fee for the peer review because they're getting paid as part of the contractual work for doing the survey work. So it just makes sense to have these 3 guys serve as the peer review because they're also doing the work in the field. So it's kind of a unique setup that we've got going, but it saves us. It's a better use of the grant funds for the remonumentation.
Very good. Very good. Anybody have any questions more for Chris?
Not on this one.
I'm fine with it. And move to approve 11-1-21.
Support.
Moved and supported. If there's any further comment, please add it. There being none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Sorry.
3 ayes. Okay, item 4. County Connection of Midland President submits fiscal year 2021 section 5311 operating grant. Bang.
So, Mr. Chairman, we just did one of these for County Connection. Is this like the second half of the money that's their due, Bridge? Do we know?
I'm forgetting the one we just did. Section 5311 is typically broken up into 2 pieces, capital and operating.
Okay.
Denise, I don't know if you can remind me which one we did not long ago. Was that capital?
The one we did was a New Freedom Act, and Gary Rogers is on. He
yeah.
could probably talk about the differences.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't 5311.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one prior was that New Freedom, which we're starting up for that veterans program. And this is our normal operating 5311 for our annual budget that we do every year based on our eligible expenses.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's over $1 million
Yes.
total. Almost $1.5 million, I think.
Yeah, that's our normal every year that we put in for.
Sure.
It's all based on eligible expenses.
Okay.
I have no further questions.
Okay. Move to approve 12-1-21.
And we got support.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor, say aye.
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 That completes number 4.
Thank you again for your support.
Moving
Certainly,
on.
Gary. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
Appreciate your efforts.
Thank you.
We have Dina Bosworth. I don't know Dina.
Dina's from
Dina-
Matt.
Dina is
What-
from Michigan Association of Counties, and
Hello.
she is here shadowing me today. She's actually sitting in my office.
Aha. So what do we need to know about Dina?
Speak loudly. You can. My mic's on.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to see you. Nice to meet you. No, I asked Bridget if I could just come and spend a day with her and learn a little bit more about Midland County and how the county operates. I think it just helps me better represent you, Nancy, more I understand. Plus, it gives me a great chance to pick her brain on all kinds of things.
Are you physically in her office?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Great day for driving.
Oh, it was fantastic this morning.
Yeah, I
What
think
At
so.
one point, I was driving down the road and I couldn't see the road at all.
Yeah.
All I could see were the farm fields and snow. That's it. But it was-
What
Well, that's where
county
you
are
would've
you
ended
from,
up.
Dina? Dina, what county are you from?
Hingham County.
Ingham, okay.
Well, she lives in Ingham, but she's she's one of our lobbyists at Michigan Association of Counties.
Okay, okay, she's
Yeah.
a lobbyist. I've heard about those.
I
gonna
thought
tell
she
you
was
what-
here to censure Nosen.
Who is
Okay,
it?
So we already talked a little bit about that, so.
we got,
Fine, bring it on, bring it on.
we got some claims.
I have no issues with the bills. Scott, do you?
No issues with the bills this time, Mike.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And the bills, I had a problem. I started checking off, and on the third set, half it seemed to me like almost half of the bills were for the bank, a bank, the new bank, or the new old Huntington National Bank.
That's our credit card.
That's our credit card account.
Yeah.
Are they not?
Yes.
Are they not the head of the new consolidation of the old chemical bank, et cetera?
Yeah, we
And
have three credit cards that we make, that we have available to make purchases that we either have to have online or for whatever reason, they don't go through the normal purchase order process. So that's monthly payments for those three credit cards. And as of right now, yeah, there's still Huntington. I can't remember. I would assume, I guess at some point they would change names, but
Well, Huntington is, our
Huntington.
credit card is with Huntington.
Yeah,
And TCF is going to remain, they're going to switch to Huntington was my understanding.
that's my
right.
understanding too.
So our credit card isn't going to change.
Okay. I just noticed them on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 20 times in total. So it was just interesting for me.
well, we have, Bridget, you may talk to this, but we have a limited number of folks in the county who have access to that credit card. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. So Denise, Mike, and I all have the general MasterCard in our names. The reason why you see it on the listing of claims many different times is because when Denise pays the bill, she allocates the cost to the departments that use it, right?
Okay.
So the treasurer's office may have an allocated cost from the credit card, but not because they used it, but because Denise used it for them, for an expense that belongs to them.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Anybody like to make the move on the
Move to approve the bills, please.
been
Support.
moved and support? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. We got 3 ayes again. The last item, of course, is recurring contracts.
I didn't get any. I assume there wasn't any, correct?
There is actually.
There is.
There's 4 items on it, but the one particularly that would concern you is the property assessment administrative services by the city of Midland. I would think. Bridge.
Okay, I'm not,
Say that again.
There's a-
Did you get it?
concern for me too. Maybe does
Jessica sent
anybody
it.
know about the fact that the city of Midland is questioning or sending a letter to, I got about 20 people that lease from me, and they all got a letter from the city suggesting they paid their personal property taxes. And I thought personal property taxes were passé, but apparently not. Do you know anything about it, Bridget?
Yeah, personal property taxes are still you have to pay them if you don't file a form claiming the
You
exemption.
get fined. You get fined if you don't file a form too, yeah.
Okay, but the reminder is probably a smart thing so that that does not happen.
Uh-huh.
And we
The-
still have situations where people do not, either
Right.
ignorance or they decide that
Right.
they're not gonna file.
Mhm.
Well,
Right.
it's $80,000 is the cutoff where it starts. If your personal property is less than 80,000, you have to file, but you don't have to pay anything.
Correct.
And if you don't file, you get fined.
Okay,
Correct.
but there's a 50% change in that contract.
That is,
That's
that
what I was-
property assessment administrative services, isn't, I thought that's Mary Cornell's.
Yes, it
That's,
is.
that's,
It
that's
says
Mary Cornell.
administrator control.
Well, it's not for me, it's under
Right.
my,
Yeah.
it's a contract that's under mine, which is the contract that Mary has right now to help the city because they don't have a level 4 assessor.
That's right.
And it
now.
is 50% less. The cost
Okay.
is because Mary estimates that the amount of work she'll have to do for the city this year is significantly less than she did last year.
Okay.
So we're billing the city or
Yes.
Mary, we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's good to know.
So I have no issues with the contracts. Scott?
Again, I can't see all of them. That one I have no issue with. I'm not sure why I didn't get that copy, but I might
We're
have
trying to
deleted.
keep you in the dark.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of people.
There's a Michigan
Well,
Department of Transportation.
It
for
only
$1 million.
works, Scott, if we're all on the same page.
Yeah. Thank God for that. I don't have to worry about it then.
Right.
Okay.
Can you just briefly, you said there were 4.
Yeah,
Can you just
Yes.
kind of talk about the other 3?
Michigan
I
Department
just
of
sent you the other
Transportation for $1,581,275.
That's just the application for their grant. MSU Extension is our normal annual allocation to MSU Extension to cover the cost of 4-H.
Yeah.
And the health department is the CPBC grant, a portion of that for 121,000. So,
Okay. I'm looking at it now. I have no questions on any of the 4.
Move to approve the contracts.
Moved,
4.
supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 3 ayes. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Support.